Okay, so I decided I'm going to tell you a scary story. Alright, so let's see. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Kyle. Kyle's a good name, right? Okay. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Kyle. He lived in a forest, in Colorado. And one day he decided, one day during the summer he decided that he was going to take a walk because it was nice out. And if you've ever been to Colorado, it's super awesome. It's very walkable. So he was like, yeah, I'm going to take a walk. And so he's like, walk, and walking, singing a walking song. Probably the one from Lord of the Rings, the old walking song. And he stumbled across a dead plant. And he's like, my, that's a sad dead plant right there. That plant should live. And so he went back home to get a glass of water so that he could dump it around the plant because he hadn't gotten that far from home yet. So he went and got the glass of water, but when he came back, he couldn't find the plant. So he's like, whatever, I guess it wasn't in this place, Oh well, I'll carry the glass of water, just in case I see it again, because, it was a big plant, he would have been able to see it. So he kept on walking, and then when he reached a river, and by the bank of that river he found the dead plant, and he was like, well, that's weird. I would have remembered it being by the river. Maybe it was, though. Plants don't walk. So he just, but seeing that it was by water, he decided that, his glass of water wasn't going to be that useful. It was by an entire river full of water. So he just dumped it out. And he walked home, because it was starting to get dark out. But then, on his way home, he saw the plant. And he was like, wait, that was a different plant by the river that was dying for a different reason. Man, I wish I wouldn't have dumped out that water. Because, he could have used it then to water the plant, because this plant was not by the river. So he went back to the river with his cup that he was still carrying, of course, because he wasn't going to throw the cup in the river. He was just going to dump out the water. And so he went to refill it with water. But when he got to the river, the plant wasn't there. And he was like, well, okay, maybe I'm a little further downstream this time. And he didn't really think anything of it. So he refilled it with water, and then he went back to the plant. But the plant was gone again. And he was like, okay, it's not that big a deal. It's just a plant. If I see it on my way home, I'll give it the water. But, whatever. So he continued to walk home. And when he got home, he found the plant in his front yard. And so he dumped the water out onto it, thinking, wow, it definitely wasn't in my front yard. Maybe my mom got a new plant, and that's why she planted it. Yeah. I'm referring to him as the boy, and I just remember his name was Kyle. Okay, sorry. I'm making this up as I'm going along, can you tell? So, Kyle went to bed that night. And then a funny smell woke him up. It smelled like wet dirt. And he sat up and he walked out of the room and he stepped in something warm and wet and sticky, and he turned on the light and was like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And it was the remnants of his mother. And then he saw the plant, and it was absorbing her into its roots. And then he screamed, but before he could even finish his scream, the plant jumped onto him and grabbed on and absorbed him into his roots too, and all that was left was a puddle of their mixed bloods. The end. I hope you liked my scary story. And definitely tell it when you go camping, because I'm surrounded by plants. And I think that might be scary if you told it at night. Who am I kidding? None of us go camping. Anyway, see you later.